What is up, people of YouTube? Yes and no, it's been a little while since I've made a vlog for this channel, so I just want to start off by saying I apologize for that, and hopefully I'll be able to get back on the path of doing weekly vlogs again, although that could be difficult in these next few weeks because of the time of school year that I'm at right now. So, yeah. Alright, so without further ado now, I'm just going to give you an update about what's happened over this past week. So, here we go. Alright, so starting off with my Easter break that I had last weekend, I'd have to say it was pretty nice. So, some things I did during it, obviously keeping up with my Wild, because they started their playoff series that weekend against the Colorado Avalanche. But unfortunately, they lost their first game that I watched that last Thursday, and they also lost the game after that. So they started off being down two wins in the beginning of the series, but that did not affect them at all because of what happened in the next two games, which I actually got to see more of that in a little while. Okay, so then also the night after that, I met up with one of my good friends through basically all my years of schooling before college, and we went to see the new Captain America movie. So all to say about that is I would have to give it, hold on, 2 thumbs up. Yeah, I thought it was that good. If you haven't seen the first Captain America movie, or see the first modern Captain America movie, I recommend you go see that, or you watch that and then go see this new one, because I think there are some plot elements that are important for you to know in order to understand the second one. Not entirely sure, because I don't watch those kinds of movies for following the plot. I mainly watch them just for the action and stuff. So, yeah. Alright, let's see. What else did I do that weekend? Oh, yeah, that's right. Also, the day I got back, me, my dad, and my brother went to go on a brewery tour in downtown Milwaukee. So, that's pretty awesome. Is this one brewery at this one brewery called Lakefront Brewery. So it's a pretty awesome tour. I think that the tour guides that they have there are from one of the local comedy clubs, so she was really funny, and I really appreciated that element of the tour. And then also, of course, we got plenty of free beer during the tour, and even after too, because they gave us a little coupon that we could use at any restaurant that serves their beer. And yeah, so I would say that was pretty awesome. Being a beer guy, I just loved getting all that free beer. So yeah. Alright, so then on the second last day I had at home, which was, or actually this is the third last day I had at home, since I didn't start back up until last Monday again. So on that day, Saturday, we had my dad's side of the family over to celebrate Easter that day, even though it wasn't until the Sunday before this one. So, yep. So we had them over, the little kids, and I think some of the older ones too did an Easter egg hunt, and me, my brother, and my sister beforehand hid some of those eggs, so I thought that was fun, and I really enjoyed seeing all my cousins going out to find those eggs. Unfortunately, since it's a little bit cooler outside, we did the Easter egg hunt indoors. So, yeah, so we just hid the eggs in our basement, and yeah, we just did the basement. So, it wasn't as fun as we hoped it was going to be for the kids, but they still had a good time, so that's awesome. Let's see, so then also that night, yeah, that was the night of the Wild's second playoff game. So after everyone left, which I think was after a few hours, I then just chilled for a little while before a Wild game started, and then I obviously proceeded to watch that game. And as I said before, they unfortunately lost that game, and unlike the first game, they just let that game get away from them. In the first game, they had a solid chance of winning because they got a pretty solid lead, but then they choked it up, and then the refs had some missed calls, which really cost us a game. But as I just said, game 2, it was just a matter of being outplayed. So, yeah. Alright, so then moving on to Sunday. That was mostly just a day of relaxing because it was Easter. So then on that Sunday, we went to Easter Sunday Mass, of course. And then after that, we just had a little brunch at our house. We had this one French toast bake and some other stuff. Then after that, the rest of the day was just basically relaxing. So, yeah. Alright, so then the day after that, last Monday, that was obviously the day when I had to come back up here because I had because school's starting up again the day after. So I left. I think I left in the morning at I think it was sometime after 8, and I originally had a different time because I didn't have any plans really because I thought I was just gonna be up there later and then just watch the Wild game, the Wild's playoff game on TV. But no, the day before, or actually, it was actually the day I got back, one of my roommates texted me saying, "Hey, do you want to go to the Wild game on Monday?" And I was like, "Sure, why wouldn't I?" So then I got to come back up here early, get my jersey on, and then go out to have some dinner. And then, of course, go to the game after that. And man, I just say, that was probably the most intense game I've ever been to. Because the atmosphere at the XL Energy Center was just freaking alive. Like every once in a while, the place would just get so loud with our fans, with like everyone in attendance cheering, and it was freaking awesome. And the game was pretty exciting too. We really took it to them in that first game back at home, and we got rewarded for it. Unfortunately, we only got rewarded with one goal, but hey, it was a heck of a game. And that only goal of the game came in overtime. So that was a really long game of just pure defense and only that one goal resulting out of all that. So that was freaking crazy. But all in all, it was an awesome game. And then also, this past week, not only did I get to go to that Wild playoff game, I also got to go to their game on Thursday. Yup, that's right. 2 playoff games in the same week. I just can't express in words how happy I am to have been to these playoff games. And that one we were at 2, that was another awesome game. Didn't go nearly as long as the last one because thankfully the game ended in regulation. Woot. And it was a little more high scoring too. The Wild ended up winning 2-1, so that was a much more action-packed game. So, yeah. So after those 2 wins last week at home, the Wild ended up tying the series at 2 games apiece. But then things were a little bit sad for me this past Saturday. And that's because the Wild ended up losing this game, Game 5 of their playoff series, to the Avalanche in Denver. And that was just because of poor reffing. Just nothing but poor reffing. I thought they had a pretty good game, but unfortunately, the refs just had to step in and blow it for us. But, so man, I was just pissed. I was pissed beyond belief. Now, as I said before, no matter what happens, I'll always be a Wild fan through and through, but I seriously hope that the NHL takes a look at this game and a ton of other games that have been poorly officiated in these playoffs and reconsider their and consider, I should say, firing some of these current refs and getting new ones, because some of them had just been causing a disgrace to some of these games and causing some teams that should have deserved to win to should have. Okay, I really don't know how to explain it, but let's just say I was frustrated that night. So now, because of that, the Avalanche are currently up in the series 3-2, but the Wild can still keep themselves in this tonight, because that's right, they have another playoff game, and it's back here tonight at the XL Energy Center. And you may be wondering, are you going to this game? And my answer to that is, you betcha. You betcha I'm going to that game. Because, as I've said in my previous vlogs, I'm the Wild's lucky charm. And apparently that has carried over into the playoffs. And I'm very, very happy about that. So importantly, I just can't wait for his game tonight. It's at 8 o'clock, and that timing works out perfectly for me because I have only one class today, and it's from 3:25 to 5. But here's the thing. I may not even have that class because, for some strange reason, ever since this morning, my university has been having some issues with their network, and all of it is down right now. The internet still works, but all their network services for such things like Blackboard, which is a thing for managing online assignments and grades, mail, and some other things, are currently down. Oh, and also everyone's network drives. So that means without any being able to have access to any of that stuff right now, that could mean that class could be canceled. So am I happy about this? Yes and no. Yes, because that means I'll get a little more time to chill before the later start time of the Wild game tonight, which, as I said before, was 8. If I didn't say that already, but I think it did. So, yeah. And no, I'm not happy about it being canceled because we just got assigned an assignment for that class this past weekend, and I'm surprised we didn't do this in our last class this past week, but oh well. So I've got to start on it, and the problem is now I can't work on any more of it because I can't access my network drive with my university's network services being down. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I wish I had a flash drive so I could have saved it on, but oh well. I just really don't expect these kind of things to happen. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so I believe that's all I had to talk about with you guys. So again, as I said before, I'm sorry for not having a vlog within this last week or so. It's just because some things for me at school will be getting a little bit busier with the year winding down and my finals coming up within these next few weeks, which I find so hard to believe. So yeah. But I'm glad I was able to make one right now because I have a little more free time. So you're welcome, YouTube. Alright, so I believe that's all I have to say. So before I close out this video, I first want to say you can follow me, or if you haven't been already, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at WildFan from Wisconsin, or at WildFan from WI, the state initials of Wisconsin, obviously. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give it or to give that like button some love. Also, be sure to comment below with what's been going on for you lately, whether it be some sort of fun things or just whatever. And also, last but not least, please be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't been already. And also, to make sure you're receiving updates about new videos I upload here to this channel, be sure to click the gear icon by the subscribe button and click on send me updates. And then that way, you get an email notification every time I upload my weekly vlogs here to this channel. So, doing that would be much appreciated to make sure I get all of you seeing my videos. Alright, so now for real, I'm done here. So, the last thing to say now is, go wild! And let's force Game 7 tonight with a win. Because, yeah, this is Game 6 of their playoff series tonight. So, if they don't win tonight, they're done. But if they win tonight, they force Game 7 and they stay alive in this series. So, obviously, I'm hoping for a win tonight, just like I did at the past two games I was at. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to let you guys go now, finally. Well, actually, first, before I do these things. So, first, if you haven't been following me on Twitter already, I'm at WildFan from Wisconsin, or at WildFan from WI, state initials for Wisconsin, obviously. Then also, be sure to give this video a like, so give that button some love. Then also, if you want to, post a comment below on this video, if you've been doing anything fun lately, or just whatever. And then, last but not least, please be sure to subscribe to this channel already if you haven't been. And if you're having problems seeing updates for when I upload these weekly vlogs, be sure to go down to that little subscribe button below this video, click the little settings gear icon, and click notify me of updates. And then that way, if you don't see these videos coming into your subscription box for some weird reason, you'll get email updates right from YouTube when I upload a new video. So if you would do that, that'd be awesome. Alright, so now for real, I'm going to let you guys go. So, again, the last things I have to say are, go wild, and peace.